Hi everybody, this is a new lesson in grammar. Today we have tense, aspect and mood. These are three grammatical concepts. Tense is related to time. You see, tense is related to time. So what are the types of tense? We have past tense, okay, or time. Time is a universal. Time is a universal concept. It is non-linguistic concept. What is the suitable concept instead of time? Instead of time, the suitable concept is what? Is the tense. You see? Tense is the suitable is the suitable concept instead of time. What are the types of time in English? We have past, present, and the future. Past, present, and the future. In order to use the suitable concept, the suitable linguistic concept, we have to use time. Then what are the, tense. What are the types of tense? Present tense, past tense, and the future. Sometimes they say that the future is a tense, others say that the future is time, not a tense. Okay, still the word the future keeps its what? Its concept of time, you see, but you cannot say future tense. You cannot say future tense. It is a future time. Okay, this is the exception, but others, I mean past and present, we can use the concept tense with them. Good. Now we come, what is tense? It gives the correspondence between the form of the verb and our concept of time. What is aspect? This is tense. This is tense. Now what is aspect? Aspect concerns the manner in which the verbal action is experienced or regarded. For example, a completed or in progress. A completed is the perfect. So we have present perfect and we have past perfect. You see? Then this is one of the aspects, which is the completed, perfect. Or the progressive, which is the continuous. Right? The continuous is what? The progressive. So the perfect and the continuous are two aspects of the verb, right? While mood relates, so this is related to what? The manner in which the verbal action. This is related to what? Time. This is related to what? To action, to such conditions as certainty, obligation. You see? Related to verbal action with such conditions. What are these conditions? Like, for example, certainty, obligation, necessity, possibility. These concepts, we may find them under the topic or the concept of modality. Okay? And we may refer to them as mood. Also, we find them in other types, for example, indicative, subjunctive, okay, putative. Also, these are what? These are types of mood. In addition, what? To these types. Now we come to what? To tense and aspect. Then we said that the present and past tenses and the progressive, you see, the progressive, which are and perfective aspects. Progressive and perfective aspects. Right. Then we have what? These examples. For example, in the present, there are some features or types. We need to distinguish three basic types. This is in the present. You see, we said that they are present tense and past tense. What are the types of the present? One is timeless. One is timeless. No specific time is related to the to the present. The second is what? Limited. The second is limited. Okay? The third is what? The third is what? Is what is instantaneous. Instantaneous. This is the third one. Instantaneous. Right? So either to be what? Timeless, or to be limited, or to be instantaneous. Right. The timeless simple is what? The simple present form. I always write. This is present simple. Okay? Or sometimes it is also timeless in habitual action. Like, for example, the sun sets. The sun sets in the west. Or spiders have 8 legs. Spiders have 8 legs. In these cases, we use what? The present simple. The present simple. Okay? Right. In which case, when it is what? With what? With simple present form, when it is timeless. Okay? Or with what? Habitual action. Habitual action, which are natural things. Good. Limited or present. Limited with the present progressive. So this is timeless expressed with the present simple. Limited with the present progressive. Examples: I am writing. I am writing. This is a present continuous or a present progressive. Again, the progressive can express incompleteness even with the verb like stop. You see, there is the meaning of what? Incompleteness in the present progressive. Right. The progressive also usually with an adverb of high frequency can also be used of habitual action conveying an emotional coloring such as irritation. Okay? He's always, you see, he's, pay attention to this expression, which is he's. He's, sometimes he is, or sometimes he has. Both of them are abbreviated as he's. As he's. Okay? Both of these expressions are abbreviated as he's. So you have to understand which is this is. Is it has or is? It is here. Why? Because there is a verb taken ing after, and this is the progressive. Right. He is always writing with a special pen, just because he likes it to be different. The last case with the present, instantaneous, this is expressed with either the simple or the progressive. In this case, you may use what? Either the progressive or the simple. Right, let us take examples. I watch, right? I watch, or I write. You see, I write with my ordinary pen. I write with my ordinary pen. Now, I write with a special pen. What is the tense here used in the two sentences? It is the present simple. As you see, I'm dropping the stone. I'm dropping the stone into the water. I'm dropping the stone in the water. Into the water. As you see, this is present simple, which is see. and here am droppen is what is the the present continuous, right? Okay, the verbs keep on and go on have a similar function to the normal progressive. Before this, the simple present is, however, usual in radio commentary on sport. For example, you say, Moore passes to Charlton. This is also one of the uses of the present simple in sports. You say, for example, any two football players. For example, you say, for example, Zidane passes to Ronaldo. You see. Then here in sports commentary we may use what? The present simple, not the past. You see. Also, in certain performative declarations, for example, I name this ship Snæfell, and this is obligatory. I name this ship. You, for example, want to call a trip, or you want to call, for example, a company. You want to call a ship, to name it, right? You say, I name this. You do not say, I named. You see, I name this. This is also one of the uses of what? Of the present. Here also John keeps asking silly questions and John goes on asking silly questions. You see, in this case we used keeps and goes on like the auxiliary. We use them like the auxiliary be. You can, for example, how do you know this? You can omit keep and go on and put is. You say John is asking silly questions. Then those keep and go on. Keep or keep on and go on. Both of those can be used as auxiliary be. The past, we have different types of past also, having taken place at a particular point of time. Something happened. Taken place means happened at a particular point of time. For example, you say, I wrote my letter of 16 June 1972 with a special pen. I wrote my letter of 16 June 1972. So this is what? This is particular point of time. What did we use? We used the present, the past simple. This is the first case. 2, over a period, not in a particular point of time, but over a period. You see, if the latter, the period may be seen as A, extending up to present, or relating only to the past. If the latter, it may be viewed as what? Having been completed, or as not having been completed. You see, these are conditions. Over a period when extending up to the present or relating only to the past. إذا relating only to the past لازم be having been completed or not having been completed. فإذا more than one opinion. Right? Example. Extending to what? To up to the present. For example, you say, I have written with a special pen since 1972. I have written with a special pen since 1972. What is this? It is present perfect. What do we call it? Present perfect. You know what is the present perfect? Made of has or have plus past participle. This is a present perfect. Okay, good. We talk about the past. Why do you talk here about the present perfect? Because the present perfect has the feature of the past or takes the role of the past. يعني ال present perfect هنا يأخذ وظيفة ال past simple. The past simple ممكن أن يكون بديل عنه. ال past simple. طيب. I have written with a special pen. Finished or not finished. This is extending up to the present. Extending up to the present. Okay? It is over the period. Over a period. But extending up to the present. I have written with a special pen since 1972. And now, also now. Thus it is what extending up to the present. Right. Now, I wrote with a special pen from 1969 to 1972. Finished. In 1972, finished. So, does it continue? No, it does not continue. Right? So, it is having been completed. Having been completed. Good. The other example, I was writing poetry with a special pen. I was writing poetry with a special pen, and now perhaps now I'm still writing with a special pen, so it is not having been completed. It is not having been completed. Every one of these cases we have about every one of these cases we have an example here, so please read these in a good way. We come now to what? To habitual activity. Habitual activity. What is there? For example, you say, he used, also this is a past, he used to write with a special pen, or he would write with a special pen. What is there? Those expressions refer what? To the past. They are used in the past tense. Okay? In the past. Used to, it is always, as we said before, it is always used to. It cannot be used to unless we use, for example, did before it or something like this. And would is the past of will. You see? But this is will the present form and would is the past form. Right. He used to write with a special pen, or he would write with a special pen. What do we use them? We use both of those in the past form in order to refer to what? To habitual activity. We used to write with a special pen, and we would write with a special pen to refer to what? To habitual activity. Good. We have also some exceptions. This is very important. At that moment, in comes a policeman. Okay? At that moment, in comes a policeman. This is exception. Okay? This is exception. In which what? You see, comes is what? Present. It is present. And it refers to what? It refers to past. You see? At that moment now or before? At that moment. If now, they say at this moment. But it is what? Past. They say at that moment. At that moment what? In comes a policeman. So at that moment in the past, the policeman came. You see? And this is exception. So you have to put in your minds that the present simple sometimes refers to the past simple and not to the present only. You see? This is very important. This is very important. Okay? We have what? Some other verbs, like for example, verbs of communicating. Also we may use the past tense, or they may refer to the past tense. For example, John tells me that he was a car accident last night, or that